Hello, this is the third and final part of looking at the World War II bunker in our back garden and what became of it. So this picture here just shows you the state of the bunker from the end of the previous video. I'm inside the bunker! Woohoo! It's amazing! There's the door in. It's very dark. There's the electrics. There's things on the wall there. I think that's where they might have had beds or something. You can't really see it. There's things on the wall, ladders, and an escape hatch there. Thankfully there's a whole load of building rubble in here, so this is mainly filled. And the rest of it is wood and junk. There's a radiator, polystyrene, bits of wood, it's all going to get burned. Loads of wood. Looks like there's a vent hole there. Oh yeah, there is. What's that? It's a bit of wood. And a hole. Going out. I think I know where that goes now. Blocks off. Oh, what else is there? Nothing really. You can stand up just about. Stalactites. You can see the water coming down, so it does. There's some long ones. That's a really long one. It's pretty underwhelming, actually. It's absolutely sodden. It wouldn't have been nice to be in here. Certainly isn't waterproof. Right, clean out this crap then, and we can fill it up. I had a lot of people telling me to keep this bunker and to turn it into a man cave or a wine cave or whatever, but to be honest, it wasn't really a nice space. It was only just about big enough to stand up in. It would have needed a load of work to waterproof it, and then, you know, what would we have actually used it for? It wasn't really big enough to do anything in it, and it made the garden a mess. So in the end, we decided to do our best and just get rid of it. So how do you get rid of it? We didn't have access for a digger or any other heavy machinery, or even a compressor and a pneumatic drill. I looked around at concrete saws and ring saws, if you've ever heard of them. But in the end, I found out about a thing called a cut and break saw, which is what you can see me using it here. And it was an absolute lifesaver. Even with this, though, it took me the best part of 3 days to make all the cuts and get all these slabs to fall into the hole. And you can see the progress here over the course of 3 days. So yeah, this was all good fun, a lot of hard work, and you'll see shortly what it ended up looking like. It's not very safe when you've got small kids and a dog running around, so the next stage was backfilling. So you can see here 10 ton of hardcore, which had to be barrowed through the house. This took about 8 hours, and you can see the result of that. And this took us up, so we're about 18 to 24 inches from ground level. And then the final stage, although it wasn't quite the final stage, was adding soil. And we took this opportunity to lay new turf over the majority of the garden. So the old turf got lifted, and we used that to backfill the hole further. We got rid of an old path which we didn't like. There was various other bits of concrete found under the soil in various locations. And we had 10 tons of topsoil delivered. So that was all barrowed through the house again, about 8 hours. Piled it all up where the bunker was, and then we used it to level off the rest of the garden as best we could. Put stakes in and use long spirit levels to try and find a nice level surface, heeling it all in. And then you'll see me at the very end levelling off with an old pallet and dragged around with a bit of rope. We did a fairly good job of that. So here we are now, ready for turf. Obviously the people didn't deliver enough turf. They missed quite a few rolls, so we're missing some at the very end of the garden. But it looks loads better than it did. There's no big square patch of dead grass at the end, as there has been for the last 15 years. And it's holding up well. There's a few dips now, about a year later, but nothing that we can't easily backfill, and we're really happy with it. Thanks.